good, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dan Banks, aka DJ Fine, CEO of G2. We are Jersey Magazine and Jersey Diamonds, and I'm here with Miss B. Did you just say Jesus doing my entire intro? Miss B, aka Varlani, aka what does she not do? She's funny. She is hilarious. Don't let this straight face fool you. She is funny. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate you coming through, Miss B, aka Varlani. Let's talk for a little bit. What does she not do? She is a strategic marketer and planner and blog specialist and placement specialist.
That's a lot.
You don't want me to name everything? Okay.
No.
Well, she does everything that you would possibly need for your life on media, she does. And it's awesome that we have the pleasure of meeting her. She came to hang out with our Jersey Magazine, so we're going to get to know her on a whole different level. And hopefully you guys check her out because she's definitely, we feel honored because she's going to give us some more clues to get more popular because she's popular already. So, Ms. V, how you doing today?
You gotta let the gas get to my head real quick.
Yes, just a little bit. So,
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm great. I'm blessed. I'm glad to even be here doing this whole COVID-19 craziness. But we here. We survived through it.
Without our masks, but we here.
Yes, no masks.
We definitely not 6 feet apart.
That's okay though. We here. But all right, so Ms. B, you have done so many things in your life. You have accomplished so many things. You've seen things. You've gone through trials and tribulations, and you are here making impacts. And I want to talk about your brand, Varlani, right?
Okay.
So first of all, Varlani is named after her. Fun fact, named after her. A couple letters in her name, first name and last name. Didn't know that. Very unique. Very unique. She puts on for her culture, Indian culture, and that's amazing. And so we're gonna get to know a little bit about her and kind of like how that all ties together and her passion behind her brand and behind what she does. So, strategic marketing and planning, right? It can go hand in hand with everything, right? With businesses, with artists, music, regular business, shopping, fashion. So tell me about what made you want to get into this type of a field.
Literally because of what you just said.
Awesome, I love it. You see how we just fill in the gaps, we do your research?
Just bridge the gap.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just focus on artists after having my show for so long, Women's BTV for so long, and just wanted to broaden my horizons, just get to know what makes the culture the culture.
Yeah.
And then that's basically what started everything because my tagline was for the culture.
And now, when it comes to strategic marketing planning, and obviously a lot of artists are going to probably tune in and watch this and really try to figure out like what they can gain from knowing what the importance is of doing all this stuff. Because I really think there's a lot of key gems when it comes to strategic marketing and planning. Because you got to know who to send it to, who's going to actually pay attention to it, how to present it, and actually your company helps along that way. So the company that you built, you have a couple of employees underneath you, right?
Yeah.
And so tell me about if I were to book Varlani right now, right? Like what would be some of the things that would help me actually get into your services, or maybe are some things I should have prepped in order to receive your services?
Nothing, honestly, and I mean that in the humblest way, because I don't expect people to have something prepped. So you can just come to me, and as long as you have potential to be great and you have a passion for what you want to do, like step one is basically getting to know who you are, what you want to do, where do you see yourself in 5 years, etc. Like literally a pre-interview. Then step two, what have you done already? Step three, how can we get you there? That's our mission statement. Like, okay, so if we have to start from scratch to do your press kit, then we will.
That's awesome. And that involves having a consultation and everything, setting that up, and that all comes with the package.
Basically. So the website does drop tomorrow.
Shout out to that. What's the website tag?
VarlaniLLC.com.
It's so official. I love it.
So you can actually schedule an appointment, scheduling a consultation on there. And if you're a business owner, there'll be a separate one. If you just need social media monitoring, there'll be a separate consultation.
Yeah.
If you want me to come one-on-one in the studio, listening session, one-on-one consultation.
That's dope. So not only does she work with music industry, but she has like other businesses that she works with also that obviously you do the marketing and planning with. And to give an example, she works with her own, yes, I'm going to say it, her family's business that she finally started marketing for. that also have
After
jewelry
25
after 25 years, who also have fine jewelry and everything. We're gonna go check them out there in Livingston.
Livingston Mall.
Livingston Mall. So we're definitely going to go check them out because we.
And we reopen tomorrow after this whole pandemic.
This is amazing.
And website for that dropping soon too.
So, and she works for all that. And like I said, it is amazing that you just have this thrill and this passion. It's almost like once you take somebody's like passion and goal and you get to put it out there, it's almost like it's just like a fulfilling sensation. I can just tell. Because it's just like, and then of course it continues to open your horizon and your networking. So how did you go with the process of actually building your networks? Don't give me too much, but give me a little bit. 'Cause without giving too much away, like what was the okay, like in the sense of what was the strategy of knowing who you wanted to work with, so that when you have people come to you for business, that they know, okay, boom, this is who I'm going to send you out to, this is who I'm going to call for this reference and this referral, etc.
Well, basically how I chose who I work with currently, basically. Somebody that, humble hustlers, literally, just locally and out of state. So people who have an established name for themselves, but not too well known to the point where it's like, oh, I know who that is no matter where I go, but their business speaks for themselves.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
So basically you're taking up and coming companies and you're saying let's all grow together.
Literally.
Let's all go together, let's let and then instead of going too high. Now, I know you do have those higher connections as needed if necessary, but as obviously as consultation, as you're coaching people along the way, you're basically saying these are the steps we got to do to get to those bigger influencers.
Literally.
And so how do you pretty much like differentiate that? Like maybe like instead of going right away to the top, do you just kind of just going in levels? Like what makes you kind of do that?
I feel like the best way, I'm gonna quote David Weiss on this, to bridge the gap is to start in the middle anyways. So if I'm right here, where you can still see me, and I'm not too cocky, I would say, where I'm over here and I'm gonna forget about the bottom. So if I stay here and then the underground comes to me, we can just build a ladder together instead of dropping the ladder back down for you, which makes it harder.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, so do you ever get, not just artists, but even people that are business owners or fashion owners, do you ever get them to say, I just want to get all the way to the top as fast as I can? I know I was waiting for it. I just want to get to the top as fast as I can, and I don't want to go middle, low. I just want to go up. Like, can you get me there?
Yes, I do, and I call them crazy.
Yeah.
Because once I do break down their strategic plan, they see how those levels are important. I see how people see overnight success, but they don't see the struggles and sacrifices behind it. So when I use real life examples, they're like, oh damn. So it kind of just puts them in their place. And whether or not they decide to work with me after is their complete choice, but I know for a fact I can't take you from here to here overnight. Absolutely. It's not happening.
And that goes back into Miss VTV, right? So Miss VTV is going to be coming out again. We're not going to tell you when, but it's going to be coming out. Unless you want to tell them.
No.
We're not going to tell them when. But Miss VTV is going to be coming back. And you're saying that with that show again that you're going to be bringing back, that you're going to be incorporating the behind the scenes kind of what goes on. Not just how you got to success or your typical story, but what happens behind the scenes of the real struggle of really like grinding. And why do you feel like that's important to show instead of the overnight success as we said?
I'll use an artist as an example. A lot of people go to concerts, you see them perform, you see them mad lit, you see the crowd cheering, but you don't see the downs of it. Like when we go to the studio and you're working like literally 23 hours in the studio, and this person is just like a regular person like me, you, and the rest of us. So we have to deal with negative comments on Instagram. We have to deal with the positivity as well. And then like the news is crazy. We have to deal with pandemics too. We have to deal with what our bosses say. There's just like a whole structure that the outside doesn't know about. Yeah,
absolutely. And what is it like? Actually, we're gonna go back a little bit. She has like 15,000 master's degrees.
I don't know what you're talking
and
about.
Like MBA, NBA. That's all. So like, you're actually highly educated in this field. So the market. So tell me what you actually have degrees in, and then we'll elaborate.
So a bachelor's in marketing and communications. A bachelor's in marketing, a minor in communications. A master's, my MBA, and now pursuing a master's in entertainment business.
So she's a doctor of entertainment. that we're putting that out there. It's gonna be on her website, probably the Doctor of Entertainment. She basically took all.
In courtesy of you.
Courtesy of We Are Jersey Magazine. we make things happen. I'm telling you. Now, fun fact. Let's go back even a little bit further. She wanted to be a doctor, actually. Like she was pursuing being a doctor. She might still
I
later
wanted
on.
to be an orthopedic surgeon.
That's a whole 360. and so now she's actually an entertainment guru or a doctor of entertainment. So tell me about when did that passion switch?
I was a part of a street team called CTE when I was in high school. Well, my last year of high school, literally. So I was shadowing doctors my junior year of high school. Was starting my junior year.
Yeah.
And once I started throwing parties my senior year and meeting the underground artists and seeing, literally dating back to all the way there, I think my first underground performance I saw was by So South from Newark. And I'm just like, where did these people come from? And I was just so blind to the fact because I'm from West Orange. Like, I'm all the way up the hill and I'm all the way down the hill.
Yeah.
So I was like, where did these people come from? And then I just started. I went into college, kept throwing parties, eventually got kicked out. So my best friend, DJ Fire, now known as Seanville Music, actually was my best friend when I was CTE too. So when he was DJing, I just kind of followed his footsteps. And when he dropped back up on it, I was like just getting more into the music industry than I was interested in school, honestly.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, what do I have to do to be around you more? So he was just like, well, be my assistant. And after that, it was just like flipped.
It just flipped everything.
Yeah.
And then you found ways to actually incorporate education into your career, yeah.
So if it was up to me, I would have just stayed out of school, but parents and being Indian played a big part in it. Mm-hmm. So I went back to school, and one of my friends from Rutgers University created a website called where'sthewave.com and needed somebody to blog the events. And then after that, just built my connections through there. I started blogging for the artists and reaching out to different artists, pre-interviewing people, realizing I have a passion for that as well. It was just a lot of moving around, trying to figure out which one I really want to continue. And then I started my show.
And so as you can see, she's pretty much been through everything so that you guys don't have to go through anything, so just book her.
Well, shout out to St. Peter's too as well, because they noticed that I kept throwing parties, and that was the reason why I was slacking in my classes. So they were just like, well, I had a scholarship, my parents didn't want me to lose it, so they're like, well, to continue education here, why don't you just throw parties for the school and get school credit for it? I was like, you can do that.
What?
So definitely shout out to my dean and my marketing teacher at the time. But she definitely saved my life. So she was like, to throw parties for the school. I shadowed the wedding planner or event planner at St. Peter's. I guess people have weddings at St. Peter's.
I guess so, yeah. Sounds very interesting.
So I shadowed her for a minute, and then I just that's where I got my event planning experience from there. And then I was president of the Student Entertainment Board, which continued me throwing parties for the school.
Excuse us. So you pretty much have done a lot.
Yeah.
You've done a lot. And like I said, it basically goes back into the passion of your brand, Varlani. And pretty much saying, look, I've been through it all, I've seen it all, just come and receive all these services.
That means you don't have to bump into the same problems that I went to.
Exactly. And like you said, being a one-stop shop, marketing, planning, and strategic planner in New Jersey is probably like one of the main things that a lot of people are looking for. Even like when we do interviews, one thing that we hear is the struggles of marketing and strategic planning. And so the fact that you have an outlet like that for basically saying, come to me and I'm going to give you the tips and strategies in order for you to do it. Are your prices affordable?
Yeah.
I know everybody's going to probably ask us, are your prices affordable?
It definitely is. I do retainer prices.
That's nice, yeah.
And then, after the consultation.
Do you have a favorite in the sense of like a lane that you like to stick to more so that's like something that you won't be like, hey guys, you can take care of this one and I'll take care of a different one. Do you have like a lane that you kind of like more as far as strategic planning than another one, or do you just like them all?
I think I'm more interested in the campaigns, how I can bring somebody, like coming up with literally everything. So all the creative aspects, So when my assistant's like, hey, do you want me to create this campaign for this customer? I'm like, nah, I got it. So I think that comes from the love of actually just talking to people and being more hands-on. So then I can get to know the client and figure out what they actually want and what they're into. Just getting their passion points and turning it into marketing tools for their business.
I like that.
That's literally what I do.
Turning their passion points into marketing tools. Okay.
Exactly.
That's dope. And you actually now have her, she has her own clothing line, so you see what she's wearing. So that's her clothing that's going to be on her website that's also dropping tomorrow. So now, not only are you a marketing guru, basically saying, but you have also your own brands for your own clothing now. So what made you get into the fashion aspect of it?
I don't know, because if you met me in high school, I can't dress.
Okay.
But I guess being around other clothing owners, being around Stronghold and people like Bless and Fly as well.
Shout out to Bless, shout out to Stronghold.
Shout out to
Notes was good, bro. Yeah.
I just kind of just wanted something that defines me, because a lot of that's popular right now is skeletons, and for our culture, we can't wear skeletons like that. So I can't come home with a skeleton on my shirt without my mom looking at me crazy. So I was like, all right, let me just urbanize Indian culture. So I just took different gods that I believe in and urbanized them for the public to wear.
And speaking about culture, actually was going to touch on this, like, she's Indian, obviously. And now, with being in this type of a field and industry, like, how does your culture respond to this this type of world that you're a part of?
Like, I'm crazy, but it's starting to be more modern. I just actually went to India this past December,
Nice.
and there was a famous movie called Gully Boy, and it's literally, a gully means like the slums, literally. So like alleys and stuff like that. And he's Muslim, so he's a rapper, and he's literally rapping in Hindi. And the whole movie,
dope.
it's like the Indian 8 Mile, literally.
Wow.
So
Okay,
it's
so
definitely a
check that
must
out.
watch.
And you said it's
And
called,
I
what's it
think-
called again?
Gully Boy.
Gully Boy? Okay.
Yeah. So that movie has definitely opened up like the Hindu eyes, especially like the old people,
Yeah.
like my parents.
The tradition, the old tradition
Literally.
is
So
moving to the new
they're just like, all right, cool, we definitely love this. So when I went to India, the first thing my cousins were telling me over there is like, oh, you have to watch this movie. And after I watched it, I was just like, this is going to be so much easier to break in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you find with the strategic marketing plan like a 24/7 job, or do you find yourself like being able to have breaks here and there, especially because you have a team? How fluent of time does this take away from, personal life or just doing different things that you may want to personally do, but now like you're working on somebody else's like entire life project? Because they're like, take my life and put it up here on
ball
this
is
shelf.
in my hands.
Right, put my life on this shelf, please.
No breaks, literally. I'm probably up around the clock between work and Varlani. So, yeah, literally no breaks. After what my assistant can do, I give my employees the weekend off, just like a regular job.
Oh, you're so generous. Like, you
So the weekend is kind of where I get most of my work done.
right.
But I feel like when your job is your passion, it is your social life as well.
It doesn't stop.
So
Yeah.
I'm completely fine with my getaway being social networking events.
Yes, absolutely. 'Cause she doesn't wake up until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Fuck that.
Because I sleep at 4 a.m.
Strategic marketing. That's awesome. Congratulations to everything you've accomplished so far.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And what else will we see possibly for 2020? I mean, I know we've been in the pandemic and everything, and I know it's taking like a lot of effect on some businesses, but obviously Varlani is still going. We have Jersey is still going.
More clothes. Well, this merch line is dropping tomorrow. Bike Life mask. I mean, I'm doing a Bike Life line as well.
Nice.
Because I do ride dirt bikes.
She not do.
Then MSV TV. I'll say it in October 2020.
Hey, there we go. We are Jersey exclusive. So just make sure you check her out on all streaming platforms. Please tell them how they can book you and follow you on all your streaming platforms.
My Instagram is at Louis V. So at LOUIS, V with 3 E's and an underscore. And the Instagram for the company is at Varlani LLC, and the website is VarlaniLLC.com.
Thank you. Like I said, man, you heard it here first. Miss B, we at Jersey Magazine. Signing out.
Jersey turned up entertainment. Entertainment.